Welcome back, guys. We're still at my secret 420 lab. My second piece of candy fell out under the table, so we're going to go under there and get it. So if you're looking for us, we'll be there. We're joined by Peter Tosh's Legalize It and Abundant Organics still. Now, I can't believe I still have to play this song. I love this song, but Jesus, I mean, there are states where people are still in jail. And honestly, recently, there was a thing that came out, and don't get me wrong, I am always willing to fundraise for kids. Y'all should have put fire department on there, though, because the police were doing it. And I'm like, you all still arrest people for marijuana. People are still in jail because of you. I am not fundraising for you. You have to step up before we're going to do that. We're on that level. So Abundant Organics, I'm going to start here because I love these guys. The first part, everything I've had from them is great. Definitely organics is the way to go. I came from a time where people were still like, put as much Miracle Grow as you can in that water, make it blue as shit, boom. You know, the original G13, I remember smoking that. It was sizzling while I smoked it because they were fertilizing up to the harvest window, and then just you're smoking live petroleum products, which is total crap. So, you know, I met a lot of cool Rasta kids. Quick shout out. Guys, if you were into growing, and by all means, you should get into growing, you want to check out the Rev on Instagram. Dude's a font of knowledge. I read his stuff the whole time I was growing, and I've come out with some great crops because of his wisdom. So by all means, get on his site and check out what he's doing. For me, it became a whole way of life, guys. You know, you can go buy nutrients, all these things, but all of a sudden it became like, I have a worm bin, I have 2 worm bins, I'm feeding worms, I'm putting all my household scraps in there, I'm doing all these things because it's just good for you. The things, you know, a friend of mine, her kid came with me, and he's like, why are we doing all these things? And I'm like, you feed the worms make this, that feed your weed, then you grow and harvest that weed. Actually, we're doing tomatoes, lettuce, and all that other stuff at the same time too. It was a cracker. My friend Max, I gave his mom like 8 different kinds, big basket of 8 kinds of tomatoes, a bunch of lettuce, all this organic stuff I was growing. And the next time he was coming to my house, he was like, thank your drug dealer for all the lettuce and tomatoes. And I was like, farmers give you lettuce and tomatoes, no, not drug dealers. That was one thing. I was like, don't call me a drug dealer. That's so, you know, I'm not your dealer, I'm your friend. That was fantastic. So guys, Arizona's a really hard place to start growing, so you're gonna have to learn a lot of cool stuff like aeroponics, like Arise is doing. Hydroponics really important here, but if you're indoors, you know, you can do your own home stuff. They have grow lights that are, dude, the one I have now is like this big. It's crazy. It's this thick. It's 1,000 watts. It's a LED light. My first grow setup, the light was as thick as my forearm. The ballast was this big. It was heating the house to the point where I'd have to use heat in the house. You know, the hood was gigantic. You know, over the years, those things have shrunk considerably into these things. You know, they have like little UFOs and stuff now. But the one I got, I got on Amazon. There's a bunch of people out there, you know, I religiously read Ed Rosenthal's book. I met him a few times when I was up in Seattle Hemp Fest, and I was like, bro, thank you for all the things, you know, for helping me get to the point where I'm like, oh my God, these buds look amazing. My friends are like, when are you gonna harvest? You know, and the best part is, for a few of my friends, my friend Hyde, he doesn't buy pot at all. And the reason is that he told me once, he goes, I don't wanna buy mafia pot or mob pot. And I was like, what? He goes, I don't want to buy pot that I know, like, cartels are killing people in these things. I don't want to smoke something I know is associated with that. I was like, oh, I grew this all organic. So he got to a nice little package, and he somehow made like a ½ ounce last longer than I made 3 pounds last. So at the moment, you know, I have one little tiny plant growing. I think it's mostly to give clones to people and stuff. I'm not even trying to bud it because I have access to, you know, Abundant. It has been giving me some awesome things. Verano, Hana, all the company. Oh my God, Mojave has 3 of my favorites now. And Genesis, their blueberry is fire. I thought it was the original DJ Short blueberry, but they mix some Granddaddy Perps in with it. So it's fire, guys. People come in there, oh, it's only 18%. And I'm like, yeah, it's 18% of smack you straight in the face goodness, guys. Don't let that number, don't let that number stuff fool you. 18% straight double-crossed indica is an amazing thing. And if you were a true connoisseur, that number shouldn't matter to you in the least. I could smoke some like 11% and be super stoned, or be super happy with it. Actually, it's gonna happen because I saw that we're getting some gromulin in. It's grapefruit and romulan. I grew that several times. I don't care what the percent is. I'm gonna smoke that and be so damn happy. And so should you.